All right. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Hey, Mark, this is it, you're jumping ahead. This isn't Into the Massive Verse Part 3. I know it's not. I'm working on that, by the way. But we got to talk about issue 24 of Radiant Black because this is a monumental and a big issue. Spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch this video. I'm just telling you guys this right now. Um, because I have a stack comics. I'm working on some other stuff too. I mean, I got the Ranger Academy free comic book day. I got the Green Arrow #1. I'm working on comic book stuff because, man, the comic book train has been moving. So expect a lot of comic and manga videos. I have stock of manga that I'm actually going to be working on some videos for as well because I've been slacking on my reviews and I apologize. But this is about Radiant Black issue 24. Kyle Higgins has given us, the fans, the readers, a big decision to make on the last page. So I will get into that. But first, we got to talk about the issue. So in recent issues, there's been some problems going on with the stability of the Radiant powers with Marshall and Nathan because now they share the powers, and the details of that, like I said, when I go over those volumes in Into the Massiverse Part 3, this will make more sense for those of you who haven't read it, but hopefully those of you who are reading it are watching this video. So they go into existence. My favorite thing about existence is it's weird. Um, the coloring and this and that, like I'm waiting for my blacklight edition to be delivered because that's gonna look so good with the blacklight on. Um, so the thing about existence is, in order to access the main existence, there's truth in existence. You have to face your truth to, and we finally, I forgot, 001, we finally don't get the mask. We see the face. It's an older gent, but that's not the main bread and butter of what this issue is about, because facing the truth is the conflict between Marshall and Nathan. They are sharing this power, but they both have different ideals and purpose and motivation. At one point, they're separated, and we find out from Marshall and this and that. Like, he's basically coming from, a place of anger. When he first got the powers, is when, Nathan was injured and in the coma, and the rage took over. He wanted to kill Radiant Red, and let's face it, he would have. Okay? He's, you know, and Marshall's the type where, he's mainly focused on the Radiant powers. He's, obviously doing commercials and saving people and this and that and ad spots. Whereas, Nathan, being Radiant Black, having those Radiant powers isn't like his main focus. We find out he wants to move back to LA. He wants to be a screenwriter and he wants to have a second go at it. He has all these life goals and all these stuff motivating him. And the main gist I get from everything and the conflict between the two is Nathan doesn't want Marshall to have powers just because Marshall's a loose cannon. Unpredictable. Whereas Nathan is kind of like that moral compass. He has those rules, so to speak. But at the same time, I'm like, well, when you look at the two and how they've been handling Radiant, like, I'd be more inclined to agree with Nathan and be on Nathan's side if, he was Radiant Black longer. Let's face it, he got injured and put in that coma pretty early on in the run. So we really didn't get to see much of him as Radiant Black. He helped that family that broke down and carried their car to their destination because he didn't know how to change a tire. We saw him trying to stop Radiant Red when they were robbing the bank and so on and so forth. But like from a being Radiant Black standpoint, we've seen Marshall actually going out, fighting crime, working in tandem, helping out, Hank, everything else. Like, so we've seen more of Marshall being Radiant Black, whereas Nathan, we've seen like more of the personality, like the personal, like civilian side of things. He's, you know, he has his debt he's trying to figure out. He's, got his relationship. He's got this career he's trying to, starving artist type. So it's. Let me just get to the last. Okay, at the end, you have to make a choice, and there's a QR code. The readers, the fans, those of us who are buying these issues, we get to vote between who gets to be Radiant Black, because the reason why there's all these issues is because they're sharing the power. Only one of them gets to be Radiant Black now. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you my pitch, my vote. It is Marshall. Okay? If you go back and you watch my Into the Massiveverse parts 1 and 2, especially part 2, you get my, like, you know how much I enjoy Nathan as a character. I really do. I hope he sticks around the comic if Marshall wins. I hope this doesn't mean whoever, like, because if Nathan wants to go back to LA, I don't know. It's an intriguing dynamic, but Marshall, I get Randall from Clerks vibes. I've said this all the time, like, you know, working at the movie store, that the job he had before and everything else, but like, he's more closer to how I feel would be realistic if you were to get superpowers. You know, hey, I would sell out and do some commercials. I would, you know, I would. It Everyone says they have that moral compass, but let's face it, some of us wouldn't. Like, I think he has this explosive anger and this rage in him that we could get some good stories down the road if he's Radiant Black. What happens if Nathan is the one who wins the vote and he does go to LA? We don't get Marshall anymore. Like, and then I thought of, like, if he doesn't go to LA, Marshall could be like his oracle, his like sidekick, his like man in the chair, the man in the tower, you know, type of thing. Um, but yeah, this was such a crazy issue. Like, I can't believe, like, I'm trying to think. I think the last time we got something like this was the whole Joker Jason Todd situation. I do believe that was the last time. And social media is just going crazy with it right now. I've seen a lot of Team Marshall, Team Nathan, like, a lot of people I know are on board for Team Nathan, and I'm like, am I the only one who's like Marshall? Like, come on now, that is the choice. But yeah, this so good. I just wanted to make a quick video going over that because this is a big choice. So if you've been trade waiting and you've read up to like volume 3, I said go pick up the single issues. Or if you haven't even read up to this point, but you've read enough of them and you want to vote, just go vote. Like, I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out. We have, you know, Massiverse 2023 on the horizon, which I'm really excited for. I don't know if this vote is going to take place with issue 25. I have so many questions on what's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to it. If you've read this issue, let me know in the comments below who you're voting for and why, because I'm like, obviously Team Marshall. That's more than like definitely gonna happen. But I just want to do a quick video going over this because this is crazy. I will have a more in-depth look into all this stuff when I go over more of Into the Massiveverse series that I'm doing for the Nerd Name Mark podcast, both video and audio. I will be diving deep into when I get up to this issue. I didn't want to go panel for panel going over everything. This choice is insane. So let me know in the comments below who you're going to vote for. And also, Free Comic Book Day just happened. Let me know what you guys got for Free Comic Book Day. I'm really curious. You pick up anything good? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.